Hello and welcome to marketing91.com. Definitions of decision making are: the Oxford Dictionary defines decision making as the action of carrying out or carrying into effect. According to Trevatha and Newport, decision making involves selecting a course of action from among two or more possible alternatives to arrive at a solution for a given problem. Characteristics of decision making: continuous activity or process, goal-oriented process, relates to specific problem, time-consuming activity, and responsible job. The advantages of decision-making are: facilitates entire management process. Decision-making creates a proper background for planning, which is the first management activity. Continuous managerial function. Managers at all levels have to take decisions about functions assigned to them. Essential to face new problems and challenges. Decisions must be taken regularly as new problems, difficulties, and challenges arise before a business enterprise. A delicate and responsible job. Managers have to take quick and correct decisions while discharging their duties and are essentially paid for their skill, maturity, and capacity of their decision making. The steps involved in decision making are: identifying the problem, analyzing the problem, collecting relevant data, developing alternative solutions, selecting the best solution, converting decision into action, and ensuring feedback. The modern techniques for programmed decisions. A programmed decision is used to solve routine, repetitive but complex problems. These techniques are also called quantitative techniques. Lower-level managers may make these decisions. The various approaches or techniques used for making programmed decisions are: linear programming. Linear programming is a quantitative technique used to decide how to distribute limited resources for achieving objectives. Linear refers to the relationship between variables, and programming refers to taking decisions systematically. Linear programming is used when two or more activities compete for limited resources. Linear programming is used for agriculture, industry, contract bidding, and evaluation of tenders. Decision tree. A decision tree is a diagram that shows all possible decision alternatives. All this information can be seen at one glance in a manner that is easy to understand. A decision tree is a horizontal tree. The base of the tree is called a decision point. From the base, different alternatives and sub-alternatives are indicated as branches and sub-branches respectively. The manager must study all alternatives very carefully and select the best one. Game theory. A game is a situation involving at least two people. Each person's decision is based on what he expects the other person to do. Game theory is used for deciding competitive pricing. A company may increase the price of its product if it feels that a competitor may also increase the price. For example, Pepsi will increase its price if it feels that Coca-Cola will increase its price. Here, both decision makers adapt to each other's decisions. Simulation. A simulation is used to make decisions about complex problems. The effect of a decision is observed in a simulated situation and not a real situation. For example, a company can understand the effectiveness of its new advertisement by first showing it to a few people before telecasting it on TV. Monte Carlo simulation. A Monte Carlo simulation is a computerized mathematical technique that allows people to account for risk in quantitative analysis and decision making. It is used by professionals in various fields such as finance, project management, energy manufacturing, engineering, research and development, insurance, oil and gas, transportation, and environment. It provides the decision maker with various possible outcomes and the probabilities of their occurrence for any choice of action. Queuing theory. This technique is used to find solutions to the waiting list problems in case of airline reservations, railway reservations, college admissions, etc. Queuing theory helps to find the optimum number of service facilities required and their cost. For example, a transport company may introduce more vehicles to carry passengers in the waiting list, thus preventing them from going to a competitor. Let us have a look how Disney adopts this technique. Disney entertains thousands of people every day. One method to ameliorate this problem is to use queuing theory. Throughput and customer satisfaction improve demonstrably when queues are used instead of separate lines. Queues are also used extensively in computing, such as in web servers and print servers. Network techniques. Managers use network techniques such as PERT, Program Evaluation Review Technique, and CPM, Critical Path Method, for complex projects in which many activities have to be completed. By using these techniques, complex projects can be completed on schedule. Network techniques help to save time and cost. A coffee shop using CPM PERT. The often fast-paced environment of a modern coffee shop requires employees to complete tasks including making drinks and completing sales in short amounts of time. A coffee shop using PERT CPM can train employees to follow specific steps along critical paths to complete customer orders quickly with little time wastage. For example, one employee focuses only on taking customer orders and another focuses only on making coffee drinks. The division of labor enables faster delivery of customer orders. Probability decision theory. Probability decision theory is based on the assumption that the future is uncertain. A certain event may or may not occur. Based on available data and a manager's subjective judgment, various probabilities are assigned, given to alternative courses of action, decision. The likely, possible outcomes of different alternatives are evaluated, and the most likely alternative is selected. Payoff matrix. Payoff matrix is a statistical technique that helps managers choose the best alternative. A payoff is the return or reward for selecting the best alternative. The best alternative can be a single alternative or a combination of many alternatives. For example, a manager may decide to increase sales and profit by increasing advertising, improving product quality, reducing price, etc. Each alternative or combination of alternatives may provide an unexpected reward. Non-program decisions in management. Non-program decisions are used for new, unstructured and badly defined problems that are non-recurring. These decisions require subjective judgment. Top management makes these decisions. Modern approaches and techniques for making non-program decisions include the following. Brainstorming technique. Brainstorming was developed by Alex Fikney Osborne, who is also called the father of brainstorming. This technique aims to improve problem solving by finding new or creative solutions. In a brainstorming session, 5 to 10 persons sit together. A group leader introduces the problem and ideas are sought from everyone to solve the problem. These ideas are discussed and analyzed, and the best idea is selected. Let us take an example of Google's Note and Vote on how they adopt brainstorming. Everyone present in the room is given a paper, pen, and 5 to 10 minutes to scribble down as many ideas as they possibly can. Everyone shares their top ideas, and one person records these ideas in a list on a whiteboard. This approach is effective because each attendee gets an opportunity to think as an individual and as part of a group. Furthermore, many ideas are created. In brainstorming sessions, quantity often leads to quality. Although not completely democratic, the note and vote method ensures that each person is heard. Let us also see how Tata Group follows the approach of brainstorming. The Tata Group uses an interesting approach called silent brainstorming with a group of around 20 employees. A team raises a few questions and issues, and the group puts up post-it notes on a board with their responses. No one speaks. At the end of a session, they get the most critical insights that justify and answer the scores obtained through the survey. This method is beneficial because no one is influenced by others and because observations are kept anonymous. Therefore, people are more frank with their opinions. The second technique is decision-making is Delphi technique. The Delphi technique is similar to the brainstorming technique, except for the fact that group members do not meet face to face. Group members are located at different places, including in different parts of the state or country or even in other countries. Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, BHEL, a billion-dollar company that is India's largest heavy electrical equipment company, demonstrated the value of the Delphi technique in long-range planning. Other companies such as TRW, IBM, AT&T, Cumming Glass Works, and Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company have used the Delphi technique for forecasting. Nominal group technique. In the nominal group technique, group members think independently and each person comes up with their own ideas. This technique does not allow interactions among group members initially. Members interact only after ideas are presented by every member of the group. Quality circles. Quality circles were started in Japan in the early 1960s. It is a small group of employees from the same department who volunteer to meet regularly to identify, analyze, and solve problems about their work. Example, Tata Group. Quality Circle, a technique initiated as a small group activity in the Tin Plate Company of India Limited, is a useful concept that facilitates cost-effective improvements in products, the work environment, and people-building processes. Heuristic technique. In the heuristic technique, decisions are made based on experience, rule of thumb, common sense, etc. For example, companies sell their products on an installment basis because they assume that people can pay the product's price more easily and regularly through installments rather than in one lump sum amount. Thank you.